My father, who sadly died in May, would have been absolutely thrilled by the award because what he believed Ceefax was about was simplicity and immediacy and clarity.
It's odd, isn't it, when you look back at that as well, how sort of revolutionary it seemed. It's almost like as a precursor to the Twitter generation now, in terms of having to distill copy and write legible copy in a way that people understand in just, what, 4 sentences?
Well, absolutely, and not just in 4 sentences, but extremely fast. They often referred to it at the start as printed radio, and it was just like that. It had to have the simplicity and clarity of a radio broadcast. And my father had a very strong background in radio journalism, so it was natural that he should edit it. But certainly, I worked there for 7 years, and trying to get out a news flash at high speed, especially when you weren't quite sure of a spelling, was a real challenge.
Yeah, and as you say, I mean, I think he was a former UN correspondent, wasn't he? So he had a very strong journalistic background. Just describe the early days, though, if you can remember what he said to you about it, because it involved some pretty basic technology, didn't it, in terms of, sort of punching holes and things?
Well, absolutely, it did. I mean, he described it himself as a string and sealing wax operation, and he referred to his office as a broom cupboard. I think it probably was a broom cupboard. And he started off by typing, I think they had to type in sort of punch tape. He was a 2-fingered journalist typist, and he typed in punch tape, which was then taken down 2 floors and fed into a machine before it was eventually transmitted. So that if, after doing that, you realised you'd spelt something wrong, you had to do the whole procedure all over again, go back up to the 6th floor, type again, and back down again. It was a very lengthy procedure, but it's very, very exciting because it was such a groundbreaking new project.
Yeah, and was he a real stickler for accuracy? I mean, if people did make mistakes, did he show it? He
was. I'm afraid to say my teenage years were spent sitting beside him, and he would look at the Ceefax pages every night, and his poor team would get a phone call if there were mistakes because it was so easy to put right, just like the internet is today.